You have landed on Planet EDM. With transportation provided by Cube World Media. Come explore a place where the difficult takes a day and the impossible takes a week. Your one-stop shop for live media, events, and music. This is the portal where we delve deeper into the soul of EDM culture to bring to life a world that is unique to itself, where the possibilities are endless and the opportunities are plentiful. Welcome. You have now entered the matrix of Cube World Media. Here is your host, Kevin Maxwell.
This is Kevin with Cube World Media with my two special guests here. Sonny Sonshine, welcome to the party.
What's up?
And our buddy Dangerhouse, welcome.
Cheers, man.
So we just had a phenomenal set downstairs, all original tracks with you guys. I was blown away. I loved what you guys played. I loved the vibes, and the commonalities were amazing between all of us, you know.
Yeah, man. It was very organic. It was very cool. Like, just the stories that we got to share was amazing.
Yeah, it was just straight style, straight from the heart, straight from the brain, and, you know, no script, and we just put it out there, and it came out beautiful.
It was awesome, dude. Well, I had a really good time. I'm glad I got to share some new unreleased music, especially with Danger too. You know, man, he's a veteran in the game. I don't think a lot of people understand how many years and time and effort and everything that this guy has done between Please Don't Trip to being a club DJ, touring DJ, to everything in between. You know, he just never really got his kudos, but the guy's put in work for, I could say, 25 plus years in the industry, bro.
Oh, I love it.
It's just really dope to see somebody like that. And he kind of brought me up in my artistry, you know, one day after hearing my second song I ever produced, jumping in the EDM world. And he just was like, here, come here real quick. I'll put you underneath my wing real quick, brother.
Yeah.
Just kind of uplifted me. So it was cool, you know, and
Sort of like a music mentor.
yeah, like not only just like a mentor, dude, but just like he's seen all sides of it. Whether you want to throw your own festival or you want to become an artist or you want to do anything, he's like kind of that dude who, you know, you want to learn how to DJ. What do you really want to do in the space? And he's kind of like that guy who will elevate you. I tell him all the time, his purpose is to inspire other people. You know what I mean?
That's dope, and that's what I live for. That's why I built Cube World Media, and I built the studios and the downstairs and the upstairs, was to motivate and to inspire people. And when I'm blessed enough to get linked up with OGs and legends like you, that's where the magic happens, you know?
I love it. I love it.
So I love it. So first we'll get a little deep into each one of your stories. We'll start with Dangerhouse, how he started, and then we'll come back to you, Sonny, and then we'll see where we go from there. So Dangerhouse, yeah, tell me. So where are you from? How'd you start? How long you been in the industry DJing? Tell me a little about yourself.
Well, first off, much love for having me, Kevin. This is really amazing space and direction you're going in the industry that's much needed, and highly appreciate that. So thank you. First off,
yeah, you're so well. Thank you for being here.
Secondly, I'm here in Huntington Beach, local. We're right down the street from each other. We're not far. It's crazy that we're this close.
That works out perfectly.
Like literally an exit away almost.
Yeah.
Been in Orange County since I was 18. I grew up in Minnesota before that in high school, and I just couldn't wait to come back. As a child, I was here in Orange County until 4th grade. Came back out. And I started going to the Orion and going seeing jungle shows, and when Theo was around. He's still around, obviously. He's still around, obviously, but back in his heyday, and jungle music is what got me into electronic music.
Nice.
Before that, in high school, I was grew up in Minnesota, so underground hip hop, where Atmosphere and Slug, and used to catch that guy freestyling in parties in a kitchen in downtown Minneapolis. You
remember the Jungle Beats events and all that?
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
when I was a kid. I started with that
wow.
too. Yeah,
what a trip.
Out in IE and shit.
Yeah.
And
when I got into electronic music, I stepped away from turntablism ish and got into mixing house music. Jungle got me going, break beats. And then the electro scene kind of blew up, and this is all while I was putting myself through college. Went to Art Institute for design, That's where I got my degree from, and that's kind of where I got my background into developing a lot of my branding and helping out in the industry when it comes to event production, stage design, um, hosting, branding for clubs. I'm actually in the midst of remodeling a venue here in Orange County,
Right down the street, right?
right down the street, the Circle.
Yeah.
Doing a revamp of that place, bringing the roots of house music down to the underground basement, and that's a new project I'm excited to put forth. And prior to that, I was the entertainment director for the Baja Sharkies group. We have 14 venues.
Oh, really? I love
And I was a
Sharkies.
music director, just doing music programming, different demographics, different styles of restaurants, from Palmilla, Esperanza, Tower 12. Hideaway was our last concept. We opened in Pacific Beach in San Diego.
You remember when all the UFC fighters used to go there? Chuck
Oh,
Liddell,
yeah.
Tito Ortiz. They're
There's been a
big.
couple nights of partying with those boys.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know them very well, very well.
Well, that's awesome.
Yeah, and that's been my history. I have since moved along, and I tied into a passion project that I started called Please Don't Trip. It happened at the beginning of 2020. I had a January 1st party celebrating my birthday on the 4th. It was called 2020 Vision. It was some premonitions I had about how I wanted to throw events, and we're going to be kind of astrologically aligned with the equinoxes and everything like that. And then COVID happened, and that shut down the idea of being able to throw those events. And instead, I said, fuck it. And I turned it into Please Don't Trip, leave us alone, get the fuck off our back. Like, we don't give a shit what the government's doing. We're going to do our own events. And did some hush-hush parties, put my name up front, took the brunt of it online. But the artists were able to express and not be stifled by what the world was doing to creatives, and I gave them the space to be themselves and commune and remind each other why we circle up and congregate in front of drums and like old school ways of teepees and pyramids and stuff like that.
I think people forget, dude, like, where Danger's tying into this is like ancient cultures, and like, from the, early African Americans to Egyptians to Native Americans and stuff, they did these drum circles. They did the same exact thing that we're all kind of gathering and doing now. And I think that, there's a big, obviously, issue with, the EDM scene and the party scene and everything kind of mixing in between. But like our ancient cultures have kind of been doing this kind of stuff for a long time. You know what I mean? Like the second bush that was growing next to sage was ayahuasca and other certain materials and things. Yeah, exactly. And the Native American cultures were about peyote and all this kind of other stuff. And it was just more about creative spiritual expression. And I don't think that we got enough of that again in this industry because of like American capitalism, right? It's more of like drink, do this kind of stuff, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And the culture and the industry are two machines that are fighting against each other. And what we've kind of seen, I guess we would say, is that the industry is trying to overtake the culture, but you can't. It's yin and yang. The moment you lose culture and the industry takes over, there is no more culture and there is no more industry.
That's corporate, and no one wants that.
And nobody wants that. And so I think Danger's at a point in his life where, when I came into his life, he was over kind of the corporate model and takeover of what was occurring in music. You get what I'm saying? He wanted to like really reinvent himself, not only as an artist, but try to push Please Don't Trip. When he really started it, he got to see his vision, his own vision was coming to life, if that makes sense. You know what I mean?
It totally does. And, it's funny because we were talking downstairs about my motto. I've had it for years and years and years, is don't trip going forward while looking backwards. So that falls right in hand with don't trip, and the synchronicities that brought us together are crazy. Because I believe if, you go with the corporate machine and the greed and the whole past, that you're never going to be going forward. So not tripping, is a big thing, and accepting people for who they are and the new ideas and the new generation, the new music, and forging that with what some of the OGs like yourself or the OG ravers like me pioneered. I really see that as the future to music.
Yeah, man. I mean, I think like, again, at the end of the day, people like, they want authenticity again. People don't want the same generic tech house, this, that thing again. Like, don't get me wrong, a banger is a banger. Everybody loves a good banger, but it's, when did we all start copycatting each other so much that we didn't particularly find out like what artistry is again? You know what I mean? Like the Mozarts, the, famous artists who were out there, or even let's say philosophers, like they all have their own quotes, art, unique pieces, whatever that separates themselves from the status quo, right? And I think that's what the world needs more of, is going against the grain of what everybody else is doing.
Exactly. Be different, right? I mean, that's how Anima, breaking through in his first few years, had Tiesto opening up for him, the godfather of EDM,
Yeah, man. And I mean, well, again, like we were talking about it earlier, like if you don't come out as an artist, like not only marketing, media, having like cool clips and stuff, like if I don't want to come party with you, if you don't make it seem like I want to come party with you, what makes you think you're going to get people to come to your shows?
Yeah, there's no way.
It's the whole thing. You have to bring a vibe and energy and essence. And I think like that's again where Danger was really about. Like he really just wanted to emphasize that again and come back to that. And he never really got the opportunity. And we just kind of linked up, met you, started doing this tear of really, starting original music, and just starting our own chapter in our lives of really writing things that people, I would say, like maybe it's not for every single person in the planet, but it's very individual and unique, and it's like about experience. You know what I mean? I want to bring back those sets where it was like, oh my God, like this dude took me on a journey.
Yeah.
Nobody just wants banger after banger after banger after banger after banger, because those are cool, but you get like hyped up and all your energy comes up and then it just drops off and you're like,
you're done, yeah.
You're dusted. Versus like you take people kind of these ups and downs and grooves, kind of like life, rivers, ebbs and flows. You have to DJ like that. And I think a lot of people have lost like crowd connection. It's become how cool can I look versus how good is the music that is being mixed, and what are you making people feel on the dance floor?
Exactly.
I think that's what we're losing,
Yeah, like a Rufus Du Sol or a Cascade.
Oh, dude. Odessa. Remember Odessa back in the day? It was just like, dude, their sets were freaking insane.
Their sunset sets and all that.
You know what I mean? Like just all of those things that make you want to like almost change yourself. Like that's what I mean by that. We've lost
the hot air balloon sets with Camo and Crooked, the worship sets.
Oh my
on the
God.
rooftops, We got to do something different to innovate the next generation, to show them what music originated from and make it special for them.
I mean, I think a lot of people forgot about that, bro. Look at like my early influences. Like again, my favorite band of all time will be Cypress Hill. Still till I die, the day I die. You grabbed a producer, a percussionist, and 2 rappers, and you threw them all together. You threw hip hop, Latin music, street music, cannabis culture, all in one, and created something unique as fuck.
Yeah.
And I think like when you understand like artists like Snoop Dogg or let's say Be Real or other people like that, they're about making their voice blend with sound.
Yeah.
They're not about like, oh, hey, how can I lay my vocal on top of the beat? They're like, how can I make my vocal a part of the beat?
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And a lot of people as producers or anything, they're not coming at it at that angle anymore. They're like, what's going to get me the most views, likes, this, that. And it's
great click. And Snoop Dogg's great. He DJs too,
He's
he
insane DJ.
music.
I watched a house.
Down.
I watched a house mix this dude did in Ibiza, and it was nuts. I was like,
down.
again, if you have it, you got it. Like,
You know,
And look at Shaq, what he's doing right now, right?
Bro.
He just did the Bass All-Stars. That's fucking sold out Dallas, Fort Worth, 40,000 people.
fucking
You
A,
know?
dude.
And he put on all the EDM
Shout out
guys.
DJ Diesel.
Yeah, DJ Diesel, exactly. And he's, someone that doesn't judge. He says, send me your open format, send me your files, send me the midis, and if you have 3 followers or 3 million, he says, I don't care if your music is dope, I'm going to play it, and I'm going to invite you on stage with me to do it.
Yeah, man.
And, that's the beautiful things that I see up and coming. There's a lot of opportunity right now for producers, for artists, for old school and new school to mix that really cool sound from the 90s, even the 80s, the 2000s, and bring it back. Same way Tiesto's bringing back trance and just blowing up with Armin van Buuren and others.
Like,
dude.
it's just like, dude, I think it's the same thing like Armin van Helden, dude. I'll never forget. Like, we talked about it. Monster Massive, my first rave, your first rave. Like, I snuck the fences. I have the poster literally hanging in my room. Like, it's one of those festivals that just, like, it changes your life. Like, when you hear a set like that, Carl Cox, Crystal Castles before they were, Armin van Buuren.
Armin for 8 hours straight, Armin only, remember those?
Oh my God,
You
dude.
remember
Like that,
those?
and that's just what I mean, dude.
Yeah.
Like, the people don't understand, like, Plur is not gone.
No.
It's still here. It's still here, y'all. If y'all think that it's bye-bye, no. It's still here. The whole thing is the industry has tried to push this out to make this a business. Like, and I watched it with my brother-in-law, dude. My brother-in-law is one of the biggest pro surfers in the world. Like, you can't put a price tag on surfing. You can't put a price tag on music and going to shows and having experiences. No. Like, you can't. No. You cannot.
It's organic. It has to happen organically.
Exactly.
Those are the shows people remember, not the huge, massive festivals people throw. It's those intimate experiences that just blow your mind.
Still to this day, in the past, I'd say since 2010 till now, one of my favorite festivals was Desert Hearts last year with this guy. Like, you know what I mean? It was a small, intimate festival at Playa Ponderosa, like, put on by, again, shout out the boys, Desert Hearts, Lee, Marbs, Mikey, Porky, all the boys. Like, those guys are another group that really, like, established my foundation in the house music scene and other stuff. Danger as well. Like,
they got the ethics culture behind it.
Yeah, it's
like,
just
they have what is needed in this time of consumerism house music, and they make it their own lane, and they inspire others, and it's all about community, and they do it in the right lane.
They've done it,
but also the machine is also trying to force them into a place that takes advantage of them, and it sucks, and trying to find that middle ground for everyone to work in is tough, and I think the only thing to do is just continue to fight and stay authentic, and no distaste in Insomniac, but I think even Pasquale understands he's gotten too big, and has affected everything. And
you know what Pascal told me? I ran into him at ADE this last year during Sarah Landry's set, and ironically, we were both getting drinks at the same time. I had a good conversation with him, and he says, Kevin, I used to love what I do, but now I just work 24/7, and he says, don't lose the love for the music and the love for what you do. He's like, if I give you any advice in the world, just do what you love and don't let it consume you and don't let it turn into a business.
Yep.
And that was straight from his words, and it sunk with me really deep. And, I was going to go all big and do all these commercial things and that, but I said, no, let me go with the underground. Let me go with the old school. Let me put out the original tracks. Let me throw own little intimate festivals. And, I couldn't have been happier ever since I did. And then DJ Reza, rest in peace, DJ Reza.
R.I.P.'s brought us all here together, man. Fucking hey, dude. Like, seriously, bro. R.I.P., brother. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. And
thank you,
this
Reza.
Sunday at Insomniac, they're doing it at the Avalon. We'll be over there. Any of you guys are welcome, RSVP. And it's going to be a tribute to Reza thrown by Insomniac. Because, Reza teamed up with Pascal because he was the original guy that Pascal was working for him back in the days. So, the Monster Massive's still alive. The Together One's still alive. And now it's up to the next generation of us to keep that legacy going.
100%.
That intimacy that we experienced when we were teenagers, when we were kids, and just fell in love with it. We're 20, 30 years later now. We're still sitting here reminiscing like, damn, that was fucking amazing when Fetty Legrand dropped the Praise You remix Like I Should, Monster Massive at midnight, and it just fucking blew your mind, So, like, I remember those things, and I know you guys do too, and it holds a dear place in my heart. So that's what's really motivated me, inspired me, is to create the next generation of that, and that teach them what plur is, teach them what community is, teach them what building is, and teach them what collaboration is. You know?
We're on the same page, my friend. I think we couldn't align better after meeting you the other week and seeing what's possible for us. And I brought Sonny, my artist, and I'm managing now, and showing you what this is the new blood, and you know, showing each other what we can all offer each other. And that's what it's about. It's how can we help the next generation? How can we? Because a veteran is. I think this is. I kind of pinpointed it in a conversation I had a while back. What COVID did for the community when it came to DJing and music culture is it separated the veterans from the new age of DJs. Twitch and controllers put DJs in a bedroom and not behind another DJ learning. So they didn't learn how to climb the ladder slowly. They decided to blow up on TikTok and then go attack venues and undercut veteran DJs and kill the scene.
Yeah.
And it's why you go to a party and it sucks. Is because this person on stage has taken the money out of the good DJ's pocket and put their 15 minutes of fame on stage because they got some hype online. And it's unfortunate, but you know, that has to change. The only way to change that is to stand firm and help others, not hate on them.
Exactly. Yeah, I don't believe in any competition. I believe in only collaboration, you know?
Yeah, I think that's another thing that the house like music scene is suffering from so much. It's like, dude, and I've learned it again, like cannabis industry. We talked about this,
yeah.
you know, like if your brands aren't building together, you're gonna lose. And that's just the whole thing. Like, dude, everybody's trying to separate themselves, not work with one another. There's, you know, all these what I like to call like radius clauses, this bullshit, that this person
days.
couldn't play here, you can't play within all this stuff, and it's just control, dude. Like the whole industry of the control thing versus like what it was back then, like it was never like that. Like you could have somebody go play a 3 thing of shows in LA, San Diego, and you know, OC, LA, San Diego, and there was no issues.
All day, like Felix the House Cat used to do that all the time.
Are you, like, oh my God, one of my favorite
from,
artists of all time,
yeah,
dog. Like,
I used to go from Avalon to
exactly,
Sutra to
exactly.
Wave House.
That's what I
those
mean,
days?
and it's just like, dude, we don't have that anymore. It's the part that like is so frustrating to me as like even a local artist, bro. Like, you know, people are like, oh, well, I just booked you, you know, 2 months ago. I'm not going to have you like play again or do something again, even when you ripped a set or had a bunch of people come or do something else or threw together something. They're like, no, it's because your name was already there.
The reality is because the substance of their event isn't standing on its own.
Exactly.
It's they don't have a great DJ every single time they throw an event. They have a ton of shitty DJs with a ton of shitty friends that show up. You know, and it waters down the whole. You lose the culture. You lose the quality of music and the set. And so until the whole community recognizes that and changes that, we're gonna deal with it. Or the people that stand firm and do their own thing and are the ones that stand out and change this game. That's where this next time.
Plur's coming back, motherfuckers.
You know? Plur is, yeah. And we just had one of the original guys here at Market Shot birthday that invented the plur word.
Yeah, well, check this too, just in case you ever forgot.
Oh, I love it, man.
Wear my heart on my sleeve, bro. And that's another reason why I got that is like that tattoo there means a lot, not only spiritually for me, but it's the biggest thing that's missing in this world is this right here. And I think everybody forgets that. If you've been through life and you know what's up, this is the biggest missing key in the world, right here, bro. And that's why I wear it.
You can't see it on camera. It's love.
Too, you know? Peace and love.
Finger hearts, baby.
You know what I mean? And yeah, it's people forget, dude. Like that's the plur unity when we would trade candy bracelets and stuff back in the day.
All my candies.
So do I, bro. All of mine. And that's just we lost like that because they've made us battle politically, or we can't meet up with this person because of this bullshit or that bullshit and this. And then it's like, again, the industry and politics are trying to overdo everything that we're trying to build underneath, and it's just not going to happen.
Back in the day, you wouldn't even discuss politics.
Yeah, bro.
Who gives
Straight
a fuck what
up.
side you're on, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
We're not talking no
I
politics.
miss those days.
Yeah.
Back then, we didn't even like politics.
Exactly my point.
Sides,
Like, yeah, it's like, dude, it's for me, ultimately, right wing, left wing, same bird. Don't even fucking bring that topic up. But you have so many people who are like, oh, this person said that, or this person supports this, and blah, blah, blah. And then they build their judgments and they build their bullshit. And it's like, bro, are you serious? Like, this is the place you want to come bring this to?
Yeah.
Well, like, get the fuck out of here.
The biggest
bro.
problem is social media.
Social media.
It really is the
100%.
degeneracy of humanity right now. You know, bring it back to a club flyer. Put it on a car.
Yeah, like literally.
Give me a phone call. Give me a phone I need to call, meet up, and jump to another spot, and then go to the rave. I'd love to see that.
Like group text, like here, text for the address at the
Yep.
night.
Like at a certain time, and then they give you one address, and then you got to go fucking on an adventure, whether it's a half mile or some shit. Yeah, dude.
Now we're fighting the algorithm. You know, it's bullshit.
Well, yeah, now they're targeting people and they're dividing people, and it's just sick. And then they're making money off all those people too. Like, okay, this festival's for this type of person, this festival's for this type of person, and those two don't mix, you know? And then I noticed there's a lot of genre hate, you know? When did that start happening?
Like,
you know?
dude, I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not the biggest bass head, but I'm not hating on people who make bass music.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's the funniest thing on the fucking planet when you have someone who's like this. Like, I'm not an excision guy, but are you fucking kidding me? You're going to try to take away something from that guy, what he built, and what he's built, what he's done, the amount of years, the grind, the time, the effort, the this. Bro, you look like a piece of shit talking about another human being like that.
Just put in the work. This changed the industry.
Bro, put your head down, put your 10,000 hours in, plus or more, and go to work, bro. Nobody cares. That's the whole thing at the end of the day. Nobody cares about your sob story. Nobody cares if you didn't make it, if you do make it, whatever. What we care about is the authenticity of, did you fucking get it from the grind up? You could be a trust fund baby. You could not have money. I don't care at the end of the day. What I care about is, how do you treat other people and how are you moving?
Exactly.
In this industry.
There's people that are 10,000 hours of complaining, rage baiting, and influencing.
Yeah, exactly.
It's all those motherfuckers we just cannot stand.
Yeah, bro.
It's terrible. You know, the influencers just think all of a sudden they're DJs, you know, just because they got followers.
Bro, my God. It's insane, dude. It's definitely insane.
And it's all over, you know. That's why I always said, even me as a DJ producer, let the music speak for itself. Let
100%.
what you built speak for itself. Let the content, let the people that you put on and inspire and manage and go with in videography and edit, that's really providing to the community and the content. You know?
Well, with that said, hopefully you guys take a listen to our mix me and Sonny did. We did a full, I don't know, it was a half hour, 45 hour, I don't know how long it was.
Yeah, it was probably like 45 minutes.
But
yeah,
it was all originals of ours.
all unreleased tunes and stuff like that. And then again, I want to give a major shout out to one of my big music mentors, or two of them actually, my boy Jacked and my boy Mantra. Both of those boys, shout out Jack Mantra. Like, you guys, you know, they were homies who believed in me DJing before I even believed in myself, if that made sense. They were like, dog, you got it and you need to go do it. And this guy too, he's been the biggest, like, just get up off your ass and do it. Because I was like, kind of, you know, it's not stage fright or whatever. I play drums, bro. I carried the band. You know what I mean? Like, you're making the beats, doing the thing. Like, when you fuck up, the whole band fucks up. You know what I'm saying? Like, me, I'm hidden in the background just doing my thing, beating on some drums and shit. Like, it was never, you're the front man, front stage, front lead singer, this kind of person. And everybody was like, bro, you got the personality, you got the gift of gab, you already understand music. Yeah. And you got your natural, the way you dress, your swag, everything. I'm like, all right, I just went for it. And to be honest with you, dude, it's been one of the most fun journeys. Blood, sweat, and tears. I'm not going to lie to you. To all you guys out there who think, oh, I want to become a DJ, I want to do that. I'm going to tell you right now, you are going to spend way more money than you're going to make at first.
Yeah.
And you need to just keep
Don't do it
grinding.
for the money.
And don't do it for the money,
love.
dude. Do it for what I said earlier. That thing right there. Do it for the love. And if it's pure and it's gonna happen, it's just gonna happen. I think a
If
lot
you
of
do
people
it right,
forget
the money
that.
will come. I spent 20 years financially supporting myself just DJing.
Yeah.
You know, and that was a blessing. And you know, I will always remember those times, and I continue to evolve and get into different spaces. And being able to have that ability to follow a passion and bring art to the world and to people is probably the best way you can fall asleep at night. You know, you don't have to worry about your boss bitching at you, being, you know, like you don't have the same kind of mentality, like of like what kind of influence you leaving on this world. Like you already know you're helping people, you know, 100%. On the dance floor. You're healing others, you know, and if you're doing it for that reason, then you're doing it right. If you're doing it the other reason for your ego and to try and make money, you might want to check in who's running. Who's running? It might be the
fall
devil.
flat on your face, bud.
Yeah. You're gonna have a hard time, man. You know, and then that's how I started Cube World Media. It was just the love for music. You know, I started with Technique 1200s and a DJS 11 mixer. I put in the first green wall with the acoustical paneling, a little sign behind me. We were live streaming for a little bit. A bunch of tragic things happened. My music manager died that was running the studio, so I was just left cold. His guys left, and I was here all in this empty space. And I says, you know what? I'm going to build out one room per one room per one room to the other until I think it would be the ideal place for artists and musicians to come in and collaborate. I didn't know who it was going to be. I didn't know when. I didn't know how, but I believed in the idea and I believed in the dream. So I took a huge pay cut coming from the corporate and the business world.
Yeah.
Huge. Dude. And I took 50% of my time and I invested and I put myself through media college with good mentors like Taboo and Peter G and others. And
Shout out Peter G.
Yeah, shout out Peter G for connecting us.
For connecting all of us.
Your podcast
Appreciate you,
next.
PG.
And so, you know, I started meeting really cool people, and they saw I was so passionate, and they saw I had the history. You know, I've been raving 20 years, and I knew a lot of these guys, and it just built from one thing to another, and then it was amazing. The Cube World Media inspired Cube World Films. And now we got videographers like Adam, Jesse, Nick, a whole bunch of others.
Shout out the whole team over here too. Cube World Media. Thank you guys. You boys are fucking awesome. We appreciate like everything that you do for us. You know, I think a lot of artists don't think like their A&R teams, their hospitality teams, their other things. Like if you guys can do anything, and this year, by the way, just as a heads up, go give a hug to your A&R team. Go tell them thank you. Go tell you thank you to all the volunteers, all the people who set these music festivals up, because I think a lot of people forget when they just pull up to a music festival that, you know, the stage guys, the installers, the sound, everyone. That's just what I mean. Like you have to literally, when you see those people, especially at festivals, tell them thank you. They need something from you, give it to them. Like be that person who changes the way everybody looks at festivals. Don't be the dude where you can take from and what guest list pass you can get and all this. Build organically. I think y'all forget about, you know, this shit ain't free. And not only is it not free, it's a lot of people's time. And a lot of people's time that they put into this stuff is purely they're putting a piece of their soul out for you to experience. Like Mac Miller said
that energy back.
Yeah, Mac Miller said it best, bro. Like, you know, when you're getting up and you're performing as an artist, like you're almost like going on stage naked. Like you're giving people a piece of your soul. Yeah, and I think like people forget that in the whole world, regardless if you're as small as like a volunteer food vendor to the biggest DJ who's playing the festival.
Yeah.
Like
it all counts. It's what makes the festival, you know.
100%, bro.
And that's what I realized, having the right team around you, the right people, the right collaborators, the right producers, the right DJs. I mean, no one could do it all by themselves, you know.
100%.
But when you surround yourself with the right team, that's really what breeds success in our industry. You know, synergy is collaboration, you know, it's investment, it's blood, sweat, and tears, and eventually that adds up to a big puddle of success if you do it right.
If you do it right. That's the key word right there, if you do it right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And so that's what's really inspired us here, and then now we have other franchise locations that were inspiring. They just opened a podcast studio in Guadalajara, Mexico, just off of a tour of what they saw here. And they want us to go DJ for the Mexican Independence Day with 400 horses in the tequila fields in Arandas with drones flying above us and mariachis and corridos.
That's going to be insane.
And I'm going to invite you guys to there, yeah.
Hell yeah.
And,
we would love to go, bro. Thank you so much.
It'll be great. And then we're going to have full security, caravans, food, everything taken care of. And they want to experience the LA, SoCal, United States culture and interfuse it internationally with the Mexican culture.
Well, I just think, dude, everybody wants the West Coast sound right now. It's like they miss the West Coast sound. Like, and again, like I think talking about all the music from, Cypress Hill to early rappers to this to that to everybody misses that West Coast bump. Yeah. Like, and it's not really around all the time.
Shout out Dr. Dre, Chronic 2001 album. Yeah. Come on,
come on, bro.
Or even Andre Nicotina.
Like just it's bro. God, the history E40, bro. Yeah. Are you kidding me?
Yeah. Eazy-E.
Just Ice Cube. Like, come on, bro. You know what I mean? And my boy, shout out again, too. I'm going to give a shout out to my boy, Lash Beezy. He shot Ice Cube's last album in photo art and cover and stuff like that. And, he introduced me to some of my biggest mentors. He introduced me to all the guys at Cypress Hill. I've been to the studio many times, hung out with B-Real, given B-Real weed that I've grown myself with my own hands and fucking, also, like, hooked up a lot of things in my entire life. Like, he's
deep in the culture.
Yeah, again, another culture person who connected me to all the people. Like, he connected me to Kenji, one of B-Real's main growers, and the dude who started OG Kush with Josh D and everybody else, And again, I know I'm kind of like talking about my history and stuff, I'll give you guys a little bit of a background. I've been a cannabis consultant manager for many different brands. Y'all know who you are. I don't have to mention, I don't want to name drop and do all that shit. But I've done a lot of things in the space, whether it's been SOPs, managing cultivations, IPM specialist for a lot of grows to, building brands, naming strains, building genetics, just a lot of different things, bro. And my background and all that, like music and cannabis culture has always been very tied into each other. They're like every single artist that I've ever met has either smoked weed or done something along the lines of that or whatever. And, I really went into a stint of that because it was my all for a long time. And, my foot is pivoting kind of in both industries, which is like the weirdest thing. You know what I mean? Like,
I fully get it.
Finally got my brand kicking off, check out Heat Seekers. We're a small batch boutique garden grow who grows fire ass weed. It's old school meets the new school that
it's stupid, dude.
Yeah, it's
I don't know.
Every artist, every person, from my boys like Lucid, Marbs, Lee Reynolds, to my boys Techno Tupac, to a bunch of homies who have hooked up with the herb game, not only in the EDM scene, but then the rap industry and stuff too. It's just we're moving in a different direction, a different place, you know what I mean? And for me, man, like I could never like kind of take my foot out of it because I've been in it for so long. I have so many contacts and people who hit me up about it. It's just something I'll always do. And it's always like been my my mover, you know what I mean, for me to motivate, because like what a lot of people don't realize is, you're feeding families, bro. You're feeding you take somebody's cost of goods to a lower price and then you up their price of what they're growing and what they're putting out into the world, and then you help these people really build their brands and do some entrepreneurship. Yeah, man. And you just you're able to change the way people adapt and kind of look at things. And my biggest thing as a consultant is not only just, oh, hey, or let me change your weed grow around or whatever. I'm going to change the way you think. Here's the whole thing with me. I'm not going to steer your ship. Yeah. I don't want to be the captain of your ship. I want to be the guy in the crow's nest. Yeah. Going, hey, land ho, enemy ship. There's this, there's that. Because of how many like different brands and cultivations and places that I've been, bro, I've seen built multi-million-dollar businesses, watch multi-million-dollar businesses fall.
Of all
the time in between, in and out, whether you were legal, traditional, before that. I started growing in the 215 days, bro. It was not...
Me too, back when I was there.
You already know. We talked about this previously before my podcast, and it's like, the same thing that I'm seeing in the cannabis industry is you see it in the music industry. And the cannabis industry for us in California, why we are the 7th richest economy, by the way, in the world, if everybody doesn't know, is because of cannabis. If you don't know that, now you know. Like, straight up, why we were the biggest thing at that time during those periods of what we did is because of the Emerald Triangle, LA, San Diego, all of those little things. Like, it was the biggest thing that attracted a lot of people and got people out here. People still say to this day, Cali weed's the best weed in the world.
It is, though. It really is. I've been to Amsterdam, but ain't got
And
nothing on it.
Doug, I've been the only place that has close to as good as Cali weed is Michigan. You know what I mean? And shout out to a couple people like that. Divergent Flowers, Mint Canico, a couple of my boys who have been out there, you know.
Well, once you compare to Humboldt, it's hard, you know?
Hey, dude, and not only that, we've just been doing it for so long. Like, General Hydroponics started, 1976 out here. And if you knew about the recipes and the ratios and you were around and you knew about the Valley recipe or the old school shit and you knew what, watching guys like my boys Kenji and Josh D and everybody move OG packs for 7-8K, when have you ever heard that? That's never happened. But the early days of all that kind of stuff, it was.
Yeah, back in the day.
And that's the whole thing. What people don't realize is because we did very highly illegal shit for people to enjoy. And it's the same thing in what I see in music now. Like, all these underground events and parties and stuff like that. Like, these dudes don't have liquor license, this, that, whatever, but they're doing it anyways.
Or how about the Grateful Dead, the Deadheads that started all that?
It started all that, and the movement of Orange Sunshine and the acid and just everything, bro. The biggest revolution of people, what they don't realize is when people did those things and moved the industry or like moved the dial, like, nobody is doing that anymore. Yeah. And I feel like when I, got my brand established, I've established my name in the cannabis industry and stuff now, it's the same thing I'm doing in music. Like, if you're not adapting and giving people what they want, you're never gonna make it. Like, you have to please people, but also please yourself. Yeah. Life is all about balance. Like, create balance, enjoy harmony. It's one of my biggest quotes that I live by in my entire life. Yin and yang. I wear it here on my bracelet, made by my chick, and on this hat clip everywhere that I go, bro. Like,
balance.
It's yin and yang. Japanese cultures understood this a long time ago, especially even with the Bushido and the samurai, Yeah. Like, people don't understand that synergy. And, before that, like, before I was, really got into cannabis growing, I was a professional bodyboarder. I wrote for Custom X, Ally Swim Fins, 662 Mob, Bubblegum Surf Wax, a couple other companies, and surfed Southern California, Hawaii, Costa Rica, Mexico. Got to go travel the world and go bodyboard and, worked for an action sports company. Shout out Bomber Eyewear, first floating sunglasses ever made. Like, got to do some dope things. And, bodyboarding actually brought me to my first plant medicine experience with ayahuasca when I was 22 in Costa Rica. Yeah. So that, like, really changed my life and found my purpose. So why my name? My mom called me Sonny. My real name is Santini, Italian, but she'd always call me Sunman. Like, everybody always called me Sunman. And I'd walk into a room and people are like, bro, your energy's so bright and this and that. I struggled with that. I never understood it. Like, I was like, what do you, like, what's so bright about me? I don't get it. You know what I mean? They're like, no, dude, it's just, that's your energy. It's your aura. It's who you are. And I was like, kind of struggled with what my purpose was in life. So my intention before I went and did it was, what was my purpose? And it was the first time God ever spoke to me, or what I call God, in my life. You know what I mean? And it was, you are to be a bright light in a dark world. Yeah. And that is why my name is Sonny. I go to dark places, dark industries, the drug scene, the streets, the music industry, all that stuff is dark, bro. There's a lot of dark, evil energy in that, but you have to be that person who spreads light in dark places. Because if you are that person, like, you change the way people look at industries that have fucked them up their whole lives. Exactly. You know what I mean? And my biggest thing is in my life is to be that bright light in a dark world, whether it's I'm DJing, producing, growing, managing grows, managing brands, doing this. It's to be that.
You're always building something.
You know what I mean? And Sonny Sonshine just, I started as my artist name is Sunshine Funk Disco. Just did that for like my first 2 years and then went through another like revolution of my artistry and myself because I started going to Desert Heart shows and, more underground events like Blind Tiger and shows in downtown LA and other stuff that really just kind of like influenced my sound a little bit more. Sure. So I went through a revamp and just changed my name to Sonny Sonshine because what I wanted to do as an artist was bring my own sound. And what I kind of call it is like funky acid indie tech house. Like it's different. I want your brain to literally like trip out and then I want your soul to feel a fire.
Yeah.
Like, again, feel like the sun. Yeah. I want you to feel woke, brighten up, energized, and have a good time.
You're going to feel the sun god inside of you.
Yeah, exactly, my brother.
From just like the Egyptians felt from them.
You know what I mean? Exactly, my brother.
Bro.
Exactly. So that's where...
Shout out Raw.
Shout out Raw. Yeah, shout out Raw and East Hand.
Fucking Raw.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Shout out Raw.
Shout out Raw. Shout out Raw, dog.
Yeah.
And it's
we
just
all
like...
got it tatted on us, huh?
You know, and my whole thing is, man, is like, that's what I mean. It's been me, and I've struggled with being myself for a very long time, and then I just stopped giving a fuck, but I care about my family and my friends and my parents and like my mom, my dad, my sister, my brother. They've all been huge influences in my life. Shout out my family, shout out my mom, Marianne, shout out my dad, Guy, shout out my sister, Sophie, my brother-in-law, Rob, my brother, PJ. They all have like, and my sister-in-law, Jenna, like they all have just influenced my life so much and just so many different ways. They're all very successful in what they do, and they're all go-getters and hustlers, and it comes from my dad's work ethic. My dad worked hard labor his whole life, like just 35 years of just commercial roofing, commercial fisherman, sign installer, handyman, and I would listen to that dude wake up at 5 a.m. because I was an insomniac kid. Never slept 3 to 5 hours a day. He knows. He'll tell you, I don't sleep.
Same as me.
Yeah.
We don't sleep.
Yeah, we just don't sleep.
We don't
Yeah,
sleep.
and my dad would wake up at 5 a.m. and he would just have this, like that sigh, like this breath of just like, here we go again. And listening to that every morning when I was a kid waking up lit a fire under my ass to just fucking go for it. And if you're not, like, don't be stupid. Don't do anything illegal. Don't be an idiot. Like, and I went and did things that were still pretty fucking illegal, but I learned, like, when you would get in trouble and do stuff, we have history, bro. We talked about it. Like, it's,
you live and you learn,
you live and you learn, dude. And the biggest thing that I learned from, my family, and again, my dad's my hero, dude, just because he didn't have what I got from his dad. And to get the life that I got from him is like a miracle story. Yeah. Like to be able to have that dude drive me to my venues when I was 13, 12, 14 years old, like loading up my drum set in the back and like hanging out with his boys and being like, that's my kid. Like, awesome. And just seeing that proud moment of him and now him watching me nowadays doing like the DJ thing. My parents finally saw me pull up and DJ just last year at a beach show, and my mom and dad were just like, oh my God, like this kid's talented. Like, and he can actually do this thing. Like, you know what I mean? And watching them, like, their minds turn right now and go, holy shit, like, he's going for it and he's going to do it because I am. Once I put my mind to something, bro,
that's it.
It's
well,
done.
As you can tell, he's got the batteries of a fucking Energizer.
No, I love it. I love it. You remind me so much about me. It's just 24/7, nonstop. I preach. There are no days off. Every opportunity is another one waiting to happen.
Exactly, my brother. And that's just like a little bit of background about myself. I know you were going to introduce and be like, here's the background, here's that. But,
I love the story, dude.
That's basically like a little bit of piece about me for, everybody wondering or anything like that. You can find me on Instagram at Sonshine, SONSHINEEE. If you want to see my story, go doom scroll me real quick. Everything that I'm telling you, there's no bullshit. Go see me on Instagram. The same person that you're going to see in this podcast and on IG, you're going to see in real life. I don't have anything to hide. I don't have anything to fake. I am not a perfect human being. I've fucked up many times, been through a divorce, been through, was married for 9 years, was with someone for 9 years, married for almost 2, like, been through a lot in life. And
yeah, it happens to the best of us.
and you go through it and you learn ebbs and flows, dude. You're not going to be perfect, but just strive every day when you wake up in the mirror, look at yourself and go, I want to be better, and let's be better.
Exactly, and I love that about you. The positivity that you preach and putting that out there to the public for them to know that you can fail and it is okay. Because as long as you dust yourself off and get back up better, that's what makes you a better man than before.
How many times you fall, it's about how many times you get up after, big dog.
Exactly, and if you keep getting up, you get stronger every single time, and you keep fighting and fighting for what you believe in, and ultimately you never quit in that perseverance, that determination. That's what breeds success.
Yeah.
And I can speak that for myself, coming from all types of similar backgrounds to you, similar times even in places.
It's crazy how we haven't ran into each other until now, which is like the wild part.
The same raves,
same places, same parties, know the same people in the industry, like both of our industries, bro. It's crazy.
Both of them, yeah.
And we're both Italian. How does that fucking work? Hey, fucking paisano.
Exactly, and it's just such a pleasure to meet a like-minded person, and the energy we bounce off each other is just phenomenal, and there's so much we could do between you and I and Dangerhouse and our associates and our friends. I mean, shit, coming in the next year or two, we're going to be the ones throwing the raves and the festival. It's going to be us and our lineup on stage with everyone coming to hear our story of redemption, our music, and our unique musicality that we put together as a collective that brings back the underground, brings back the plur, and brings back what the community's really missing from this high commercialized industry that's just swallowing people alive. And I truly believe that's part of my purpose and part of my reason of connecting and bringing together people. And this is why I make the podcast. This is why I make the studios. This is why I have the other events going, is to inspire people and to give people a platform that otherwise they wouldn't have, or it would take them a long time to have, and bring them to the team and collective so we could all grow together.
100%, brother.
That's really the goal. And, as we grow, as we do more, we're going to put this out with your live stream that was kick-ass, all original music, and we're going to have it lead right after the podcast so people can see you guys. And
appreciate that, man. Seriously, thank you for having us, bro. Like, more than anything, just really quick, I just, like, from the bottom of my heart, and I know from Eric's too, like, Danger, like, we appreciate the opportunity. We appreciate this. We appreciate you letting us build with you, because it's, dog, I FaceTime with freaking even Omnom down here. We're going to get some good artists and some good homies and some people who we really, like, authentically really fuck with, and are going to bring them to you and show them what you got going on. And they're going to be all about this. Like, every single one of the artists that I mentioned who not only brought me up, but all of our homies are going to be super down with this. Like, I can't wait to bring even some of our close local homies down here, like Dateless.
What you build is something easy to support.
You're
doing things properly and doing it with love and generosity, and it's dope, dude. It's what the scene needs. It's a breath of fresh air, and I think like just to reiterate what Sonny's saying, man. Like, this is what a lot of the artists need. And you're doing something to elevate artists, and that's
it's phenomenal,
amazing.
bro.
That's
like,
amazing.
it's honestly phenomenal. I have no words to describe your.
You got a lot of words. What are you talking about?
No, I have no words besides, like, I'm saying phenomenally. Like, he's just. I've never met a person like you in this industry, bro. You're pure, and it's hard to come across.
I really appreciate that, and I do this all with an open heart and open love. And like I said, I built this for artists and creatives like us to come together and build bigger and better. And after this, go to Vegas, take that over, go to Houston, take it over, go to Miami and take it over. So coast to coast, we could have these creative hubs for artists that may have never had a chance to have their own equipment, may not have the funds to, may not have the backing, but we provide a house and a safe place for them to grow with us, with them. And in turn, it helps everyone out and helps the community. So that's really my goals, and I so appreciate you guys supporting it and being here. And
100%, bro.
This is the first of many things I'm sure that we're gonna do, and it's so great. You guys are local. It's gonna be really easy. And
oh yeah, man.
And I have a lot of connections too. I'll be happy to introduce you guys too, and together we'll all grow.
Appreciate that, man. Yeah.
I'll put you guys on, you put us on, and together we put everyone on.
Oh yeah, bro.
Gang.
Gang. Game on.
So we'll give a shout out one more time before we wrap it out. Dangerhouse, how could they reach you on your socials?
You can find me DJ Dangerhouse on IG. My brand is Please Don't Trip. I have also Dos Amigos Music Management. It's DOSE, psychedelically. And that was my management for artists, and it's a label as well. But if you want to find Sonny, he's my newest artist that I'm bringing up, Sonny Sonshine. Give him your IG.
Yeah. At Sunshine, I said it earlier. SONSHINEEE. Again, I'm not changing my Instagram name to nothing, whatever. It's the first thing that I ever put in Instagram when I was 17 years old, and I've never changed it. And it's just really cool to still continue with that. And then, you can find me, find my brand Heat Seekers at heatseekers.ca. You can check out what I'm doing in the cannabis industry. But mostly through like IG, flyers, Sonny Sonshine on Spotify, Apple Music, all that kind of stuff. I dropped one of my tracks, Get Mad. Shout out the boys at Utopia for letting me do my record label takeover. Shout out Tempo and Albie, Connor, all the boys
Chris,
that are down there. Yeah, like major love to them for letting me do
Rick Silver.
the takeover. Rick Silver, Novocaine Sounds, all the boys who represent Utopia. Thank you guys. It was a insane time and party. I had a great time. Shout out my boy Deluxe who shot media if you guys want to see the video and all the stuff. It was a track that I put out 2 years ago, or made 2 years ago. It's finally got put out on my birthday, February 27th. And it's been played out at Stranger Than, Desert Heart events, Dirty Bird events, couple of big artists, big names. I don't need to mention them. You guys know who you are. You've played my tracks out. I appreciate you guys, major. And, but yeah, that's where you can find me, and you'll be seeing me at LIB for something special that I can't really say anything too much about right now. And you'll be seeing me at another music festival. I can't really speak on it too much yet, but let's just say your boy's opening up a main stage at a music festival coming up here soon. And let's say me and Danger might have a back-to-back set at another very, very, good desert festival.
Just keep up with us.
Just keep up. You'll see us.
They'll be all over it, and I love that. And with that, I'll close it out. You guys know me. I'm Kevin Maxwell with Cube World Media. My artist name is Cubanoid with a 3 instead of an E. And Cube World Film, shout out to you guys. Thank you so much for hosting and recording. Cube World. Yeah, shout out Cube World in general and Cube World Productions. So we're looking to do everything we can to help you guys in the industry, turnkey, support artists, build stages, film, get content, and really elevate the community and take it back to where it used to be and even further than before. So thank you guys very much. We'll see you soon.
Thank you. Much love.
Yep. Let's go. To the underground. Back to the underground. Back to the underground. Vintage sound. Back to the underground. Back to the underground. Back to the underground.
underground. Back to the underground.
Killers in the street, killer with the beat, I know killers in the street, killer with the beat, I know killers in the street. Think about it, take a second. Think about it, take a second. Matter of fact, take a second. Matter of fact, take 4B. Don't try to run up on my ear talking all that raspy shit. I'm a gangster, but y'all do that. Gangster, 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 gangster. Think about it, take a second. Think about it, take a second. I cut so much you thought I was a DJ. 2, 3, 3. You should take 4B. See, I specialize in making all the girls get naked. Killer with the beat, I know killers in the street. Killer with the beat, I know killers in the street. Killer with the beat, I know killers in the street. Think about it, take a second. Matter of fact, take a second. Matter of fact, you should take 4B. Think about it, take a second. Don't try to run up on my ear talking all that raspy shit. Trying to ask me shit. When my niggas finger best, they ain't gon' pass me shit. Think about it, take a second. Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot. Drop it. Think about it, take a second. Drop it. Drop it. Drop it like it's hot.
Call me. Call me. Sucking on my titties like you wanted me, calling me. Sucking on my sucking on my titties like you. What? Call me. Call me. Sucking on my titties like you wanted me, calling me.
there. Sicilian beats that don't care. The coconut of the ear. Know what I do and you do what you can do about it.
I don't have to tell you things are bad. Everybody knows things are bad. It's a depression. Everybody's out of work or scared of losing their job. The dollar buys a nickel's worth. Banks are going bust. Shopkeepers keep a gun under the counter. Punks are running wild in the streets. There's nobody anywhere who seems to know what to do, and there's no end to it. We know the air is unfit to breathe, and our food is unfit to eat. We sit watching our TVs while some local newscaster tells us that today we had 15 homicides and 63 violent crimes, as if that's the way it's supposed to be. We know things are bad, worse than bad. They're crazy. It's like everything everywhere is going crazy, so we don't go out anymore. We sit in the house, and slowly the world we're living in is getting smaller, and all we say is, please, just leave us alone in our living room. Let me have my toaster and my TV and my steel-belted radio. If I won't say anything, just leave us alone. I want you to get mad. We know things are bad, worse than bad. They're crazy. It's like everything everywhere is going crazy, so we don't go out anymore. I want you to get mad. Just leave us alone. Well, I've been good at leaving you alone. I want you to get. I don't have to tell you things are bad. Everybody knows things are bad. It's a depression. Everybody's out of work or scared of losing their job. The dollar buys a nickel's worth. Banks are going bust. Shopkeepers keep a gun under the counter. Punks are running wild on the streets, and nobody anywhere seems to know what to do, and there's no end to it. We know things are bad, worse than bad. I want you to get mad. I want you to get mad. Just leave us alone.
Gotcha. It's okay, man. It really is. Whatever you want to be on, that's what you want to be on. Everything's relative. Yeah, very right. So thank God for your work. And you can follow me. You can find me. You can find me church. And you can find me banging on some nut shit. Trippin'. You can find me banging on some nut shit. Yeah, and you can find me banging on some nut shit. Trippin'. And you can find me banging on some nut shit. Everything's wrong. Yeah, everything. Today. But that gosh, boy. You know where to find me. You can find me trippin'. And you can find me banging on some nut shit. And you can find me trippin'. Trippin'. And you can find me banging on some nut shit.
motion from back. Slow motion from back. Working that back, I don't know how to act up. I like it like that, she working that. I don't know how to act. Working back, I don't know how to act slow. One of my bitches fell in love with that outside dick. That outside dick keep them hoes sick like.
Move your hips like that bass pumping through the speakers. You know I like pumping. Move your hips like this. Bass pumping through the speakers. You know I know. No, I don't.